Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for this segment, we have Dennis Brockman, Global Chief Inclusion and Diversity Officer with Nasdaq-listed Starbucks. Dennis is responsible for the company's global I&D strategy, building a culture of inclusion and diversity, leadership excellence, and of course, accountability. Dennis, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thanks, Jill. Great to be with you this morning.
You got it. And it's been nearly 1 year since you took on this role. What are some of the biggest lessons that you've learned?
Thanks for the question. You're right, it has been a year. And I would say one of those biggest lessons is that Starbucks has always been a different type of company, one who really have believed in creating a third place for our partners, for our customers, in every community that we serve in. And what I've learned over this year is that third place environment is so critical and it's needed, and our customers have shared that with us. Our partners have shared that with us. And so it's important for us to do this work because the third place is so critical. It's needed right now. We're seeing people are needing opportunity to connect, and that's exactly what Starbucks is all about. That's what we created 50 years ago, is to create an opportunity for partners and customers to come in and really experience something different than at home and at work. It's the third place environment, and that has been so critical this year is what I've learned.
What is Starbucks doing to recruit and maintain diverse talent?
Well, we're doing a lot. And let me start by saying, first of all, we have to start with inclusion. And I often say that it's hard to understand inclusion unless you've been excluded. And I've been there, and I know how it feels. And it hurts. And so we always start first with inclusion to make sure that every single partner, every customer that comes in our door feels included, feels a sense of belonging. Because if you drive diversity without inclusion, it's not going to work. And so the first place to start is inclusion. And I want to be able to bring 100% of Dennis Brockman, and we want every partner to bring 100% of truly who they are. Because if they don't, we will never get the best of each of us. And that's the first thing that we're doing. And then the second thing that we're doing is making sure that we have initiatives. Diversity attracts diversity. And so I want our partners in the community to be able to look up and see diversity at every level in the organization. And that's what we've really we've been on this path to make sure that Starbucks is the most diverse, inclusive, equitable, and accessible company there is.
Why do you think companies have a responsibility to advance equity on behalf of their employees and their communities?
Well, I do think it's a responsibility, and we're hearing it from our partners. Our partners, our partner networks, they hold us accountable. They're saying to us that this is important. I often share that when you think about the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s, most companies were not successful because of a financial crisis. I truly believe today it's going to be a human capital crisis. Companies who are not doing this work today will not be in existence for 20 years. And our partners are telling us that. We're seeing that all over, companies with this human capital crisis. And if we're not doing this work, the demographics are changing in America. And I'm going to be saying to my kids and my grandkids and those that I mentor, give your talent to the companies who did the work. Give your talent to the companies who want you because of who you are, not because they need you now to meet a metric or hit a number. That's why this work is so important.
And Dennis, to your point about a dynamic workplace, what change do you hope to see at Starbucks?
Well, I hope that we continue with what we've done the last 50 years. I want us to continue to create an environment where every single partner have a sense of belonging. But with that, we understand that we have to move faster. We have to accelerate our growth. We have to accelerate the path that we're taking when it comes to inclusion and diversity. We have to ensure that every single partner feels a sense of belonging. So I want to see us to continue the work that we've done the last 50 years for the next 50 years, but we have to accelerate it.
All right, Dennis, we appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.